Hi, my name is Graham Smith, and I'm one of the authors that helped develop the learning approach to mathematics that is found in our textbook as well as the video you are about to experience. To learn more about our approach to learning mathematics, visit the web address that accompanies this video. Now, enjoy the video. Dividing fractions. This video will help you find the reciprocal of a number, divide one fraction by another. Let's start with the definition. Two numbers are reciprocals if their product is 1. To find the reciprocal of a fraction, invert the fraction. We use reciprocals when we're dividing by a fraction. To divide by a fraction, we in fact multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction. So we take division problems and we turn them into multiplication problems by using the reciprocal of a fraction. Now let's take a look at some examples that will help us understand how to find the reciprocal of a fraction and also how to divide by a fraction. Example 1. Find the reciprocal of 3/4. Well, to find the reciprocal of a fraction, all we need to do is invert or flip the fraction. So the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. Now, we can confirm that this is the reciprocal by multiplying it by our original fraction. If 4/3 is the right reciprocal, when I multiply these two fractions together, I should end up with an answer of 1. Well, if I do that and I go through and multiply these fractions together, I would factor the 4, 2 times 2, 3 is already prime, and in the denominator I have the 3 is prime, and I would factor the 4, 2 times 2, and now I would divide out the common factors. Well, that 2 will divide out with that 2 in the denominator, this 2 with that one, and then finally the 3 with that one. In fact, all of the factors have divided out, so I'm left with 1 over 1, which is just equal to 1. So in fact, that is the correct reciprocal. The reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. Example 2. We're asked to divide 3/5 by the fraction 9/10. Well, what we want to do is we want to change this division problem into a multiplication problem. And the way we do that is we write the original fraction as is, 3/5. Now I'm going to change division to multiplication, and now I'm going to take the reciprocal of that second fraction, which is 10/9. So I've changed this division problem into a multiplication problem by multiplying by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Once I've turned this into a multiplication problem, I follow the same procedure that we've already used when multiplying fractions. So going across the numerators, I'm going to factor these. Well, 3 is prime, 10 is not. When I factor 10, I'll get 2 times 5. In the denominators, 5 is prime, 9 is not, but when I factor that, I have 3 times 3. Now I'm looking to divide out common factors. I have a common factor of 3 and a common factor of 5, so my final simplified answer is 2/3. Now it's time to check your understanding of finding the reciprocal of a fraction and dividing by a fraction. Hit pause on your video player and answer these guided practice questions. When you're done, hit play to see how you did. Question 1. We're asked to find the reciprocal of 2/9. To find the reciprocal of 2/9, all we need to do is flip that fraction around and we get 9/2. Question 2. We're asked to divide 2/3 by 4/9. Well, first fraction stays the same. We change division to multiplication, and then we take the reciprocal of the second fraction, 9/4. Once it's a multiplication problem, we follow the same procedure, where we factor and simplify before we multiply. So across the numerators, 2 is prime, 9 is not, so we get 3 times 3 when we factor 9. Across the denominators, 3 is prime, 4 is not. When we factor 4, we get 2 times 2. Now we're looking for some common factors to divide out. We have a common factor of 2. We also have a common factor of 3. And we get an answer of 3/2. So we get an improper fraction for our answer. You need to check with your instructor whether it's okay to leave this fraction at this point as an improper fraction or turn it into a mixed number. If it's okay to leave it as an improper fraction, 3/2 is a good answer. If we need to simplify this into a mixed number, we're going to perform the division 2 into 3. 2 goes into 3 one time, And when we subtract, we get a remainder of 1, so we get an answer of 1.5. So if we change 3 halves into a mixed number, we get an answer of 1.5. Depending on what your instructor wants for your answer, either of these answers will be your final answer. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to check out our other videos that we have on YouTube, or visit the web address that accompanies this video to learn more about our approach to learning mathematics.